Now only on News 5. Before the details became clear, messages about an active shooter were blasted out to students and faculty at OSU yesterday.
Of course, we now know that wasn't the case, and the gunshots people heard were those of Ohio State police officers. So today we're asking, does accuracy trump timeliness in a campus emergency? News 5's James Gherardi continues our live team coverage of the attack from downtown. Good questions here, James.
Yeah, guys, like you said, we now know there was no active shooter on Ohio State's campus yesterday. Regardless, that was the exact message sent to thousands of students. With that said, we spoke to officials at John Carroll University today, and they said despite Ohio State telling thousands of students that there was a shooter on campus, they did everything right.
Videos like this showing students sheltering in place after reports of an active shooter at Ohio State. Turns out, no active shooter, rather an attacker wielding a knife. And the gunshots heard on campus came from OSU police officers.
We have to make a quick evaluation based on information coming in. We not always have time to properly evaluate it before we get there, but we know something is happening.
We asked Brian Hurd, chief of John Carroll University Police, what he would have done if he'd been in charge at Ohio State.
The fact that the person had a knife rather than a gun is really relevant in how we respond to it, how we want the people that receive the message to respond. And I think that was appropriate to get that message and that urgency understood.
We test our system the first and third Friday of every month.
Getting messages across to thousands of students has become standard practice for college campuses everywhere in the U.S. In a matter of minutes, thousands of John Carroll students can know of an emergency on campus. Experts here say they'll always go for time rather than accuracy. An emergency is an emergency, and time is always of the essence.
In a crisis situation, there can always be a lot of misinformation, and it's very fluid. So I think they, acted wisely, trying to get everyone to shelter in place and be safe as they were figuring out the situation.
Emergency situations are confusing at first. There's mixed information. It's unclear, so we have to all work through that.
In 2007, Virginia Tech officials received major backlash for not notifying students that there was a shooter on campus sooner. And as a result, many say the death toll could have been lower. 32 people were killed in those shootings. Reporting live in Cleveland, I'm James Gherardi, News 5.